Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Swat coming at you with the weekly comic roundup. We're at the end of this week's DC haul, so let's kick things off with Absolute Wonder Woman number 4. Where we left off in Absolute Wonder Woman, was defending Gateway City against monsters of myth and had lost an arm in the process. So the issue opens with Steve Trevor taking Diana to meet Etta Candy. Etta and her sister run a basically witch an occult shop. They are also, at least Etta is a actual practitioner. Etta and her sister are quite enamored of Diana. And Steve actually told Etta about Diana previously, and it's kind that he undersold her, but. Diana does a ritual to grow back her arm, which she does. We also get a flashback with Circe. She has it's relevant. It's mainly relevant because well, it was Diana did a ritual to the goddess Hecate to regrow her arm, and apparently, though, Hecate had also, in some ways, cursed Circe long before, basically. Giving her dreams of that will become of Diana. But the ritual that regrew Diana's arm also seemed to last long enough to potentially halt the Tetraside's most recent attack. However, it has. And the Tetraside has made a new avenue of attack, and so Diana summons forth her Buster Sword, and she goes to attack the Tetraside, and to basically get it away from civilians. And she manages to pull that off, and it seems that she also made her sword gigantic enough to cleave the Tetraside in two. And the issue ends with National Security Advisor Victoria Kale watching what goings on in Gateway City, and advising the president that even if Diana killed that thing, they still have a very big problem on their hands. And that is where the issue ends. Building up Diana's supporting cast. I'm a fan of that. Curious as to who will be basically if a specific character is going to be the book's president. That sometimes happens with DC books, and I can imagine that happening with an Absolute book especially. But we'll simply have to see. Moving on though to our last DC book for the week, we've got DC Horror Presents number 4, wrapping up the anthology series with 2 tales. First one written by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom, focusing on Catwoman. Catwoman gets a tip about a blue diamond, a 300-carat blue diamond. Security is actually pretty analog, kind of basic, and so when she thinks back to something, and that night she has a dream where she's married to Bruce. They have a daughter, Helena, and it's Halloween, and it seems as though a zombie attack occurs. Turns out that the diamond is cursed. And she discovers that the source that she had about the diamond was working for a criminal named Eraser, and Eraser knew that he had a connection with Catwoman, and so the idea was to get Catwoman to steal the diamond, as apparently the curse is broken when someone steals the diamond. Of course, it gets passed along to the person who stole the diamond, and apparently it's made its way through Arkham. Various Arkham inmates have been in possession of it, and it drove them crazy. And so, Catwoman has an idea. She gets Joker to, she manipulates events so that Joker steals it. However, when Joker steals it, he's really not fazed by the craziness that it's supposed to deliver, and he tells the demons inside his mind to make room. And be gentle because, well, it's this demon's first day. But for what she's been through, Catwoman decides to rob Eraser blind. And that is where the story ends. Next up, we've got A Matter of Life and Undeath, featuring Matter Your Lad of the Legion. Apparently, every 4 cycles, Matter Your Lad basically gets rid of trash on a space station. Well, this time the trash is the remains of a would-be galactic conqueror named Consumor, and he eats some of Consumor's remains, and namely his armor. Consumor's armor is proven to be quite hard to destroy, but he hides the remainder of it. Later, it attacks the residents of the space station, just in time for Mattery Lad to return and find only 3 survivors, insisting that it's not actually Consumor, it's an impersonator. But one of the survivors gets infected and turns, but and Mattery Lad opts to take strategic bites out of those already affected. But apparently he hadn't tasted a living or at least undead flesh since Bangor 7, where he devoured a poor award-winning space hog who contracted techno-rabies. He saved the entire populace, but the horror of that day meant that he could never return. But Mattery Lad manages to his strategic bites manage to work out, and though he's covered in blood, and he gets the last 2 survivors into an escape pod, and says that he'll stay behind. He says, well, he's got to make sure it's all. Well, basically, he got to clear his plate. And the issue ends. The story ends as Mattery Lad takes a bite out of one of Consumor's remnants. And that is also the end of the series. It's a fun series. I think it would have been better as a 4 or 5 issue weekly series over the course of October, but that's just me. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock Roll Spike signing off saying, live long and rock hard.